From illegal iPhones to bats that give you superpowers, here are 6 times MLB players got caught cheating. Starting off with one of the most recent cases from just April 2023, in which 8-time All-Star veteran pitcher Max Scherzer found himself in a bit of a sticky situation. During the usual hand check and gear inspections during the 4th inning of the New York Mets game against the Dodgers, Scherzer had just come into the game. But here's where things got interesting. The umpires, for some mysterious reason, detected a sticky situation on Max's hands. Was it maple syrup? Honey? Nope. It was a bit more suspicious, but it definitely wasn't something new. Players have been known to sometimes use pine tar or perhaps even the infamous spider tar to aid their game. These sticky substances give pitchers an iron grip on the ball, making their pitches dance like nobody's business. But sticky hands can easily be solved by washing them, so the umpires ordered him to do just that. But even after supposedly scrubbing his hands clean and changing gloves, nothing changed. When he returned to the field, his hands were still, you guessed it, sticky. Max, in his defense, claimed it was just good old rosin and sweat on his gloves, nothing more. But the umpires weren't buying it, and neither was the MLB disciplinary board, so they ended up slapping Max with a hefty 10-game suspension. And the craziest part? Former Los Angeles Angels coach Brian Bubba Harkins had accused Scherzer and some other elite players of using sticky substances in 2021. Turns out, there was a bit of truth in what seemed like an old man's bitterness. At least all Max got was a 10-game suspension. This next dude nearly lost his entire career before it even started, all because of his phone. Remember Rodolfo Castro? Probably not. In the wild and wacky world of Major League Baseball, even a simple smartphone can stir up quite a commotion. Turns out that Pittsburgh Pirates infielder Rodolfo Castro didn't get the memo. That's right.
Fastball swung on, poked over short, dumped into center field, base hit. Castro sees it, gonna head to third, and he'll get in there. Now Buck's on the pond, 2 out for Greg Allen.
Whose phone? Oh, wow. Whose phone is that? Please tell me. There's no way he had a cell phone in his pocket.
Rodolfo Castro is apparently playing with his phone. Hey, you take it.
Castro got a game suspension for having his phone flying out of his back pocket while sliding into third base during a game against the Diamondbacks. The punishment didn't stop there though. Reports revealed that there was also an undisclosed fine thrown into the mix. But here's the twist. Castro wasn't going down without a fight. Dude was ballsy enough to appeal the penalty. According to him, he didn't have any wrong intentions of bringing his phone to a game. He said, "I just remember getting dressed, eating, using the restroom. It never crossed my mind that I still have my cell phone on me." Well said, but the MLB wasn't having any of it. Apparently, the league has a strict no-nonsense policy about personal communication devices on the field, and that includes the dugout. Why? It's easy because these innocent-looking gadgets can be used for all sorts of sneaky shenanigans, like recording the signs of rival teams or sending covert vibrations to the player's legs to signal an impending pitch. So, in the grand twist of the baseball drama, Rodolfo Castro's forgotten phone became a plot twist no one saw coming. Moving on, we have a much bigger cheating scandal, and this time, it didn't just involve a single player, but an entire baseball team. Oh yeah, the MLB really came guns blazing for the Houston Astros when they were caught cheating their way into a championship. Back in the days of the Houston Astros World Series triumph in 2017, it all seemed like a tale of baseball glory. But over time, their victories began to look a tad shady, and boy oh boy turned out to be really shady. They might have gotten away with it at first, but the truth came to light when one of their own, pitcher Mike Fiers, decided to rat the entire team out. Turns out, the Astros had a high-tech trick up their sleeves, some stuff even the FBI would be proud of. During their home games, they had cameras scattered around the stadium, capturing every sign from rival teams and predicting the pitches to come. And this Astros scheme wasn't just some wild conspiracy theory. The stats backed it up. They led the MLB in runs scored, boasted a jaw-dropping team batting average, and even had their star player, Jose Altuve, crowned as MVP. But wait, there's more. When they had a shot at the World Series again, they didn't just finish the game. They finished it with a buzz.
Altuve has just sent the Astros to the World Series!
Altuve was busted trying to hide a buzzer that gave him an unfair advantage at bat. He even rushed to change clothes before his post-game interview, which was very suspicious. And to add insult to injury, his teammate was seen with tape still on his skin. The MLB wasn't having any of this, so they launched a full-blown investigation, and the Astros felt the heat. Suspensions, draft picks snatched away, and millions of dollars in fines rained down like a baseball storm.
That championship trophy that's in Houston is bogus. They're not champions. Now, I'm not saying the Yankees are champions or the Dodgers are champions, but y'all behind ain't no damn champions.
Many players across the MLB even thought they got off easy. And to be fair, maybe they did.
I thought Manfred's punishment was weak, giving him immunity. I mean, these guys were cheating for 3 years. You know, I think what people don't realize is Altuve stole an MVP from Judge in 17. Everyone knows they stole the ring from us.
This next dude would definitely feel the same way, given the gravity of his punishment when his cheating scandal was exposed. Ask any longtime baseball fan. Sammy Sosa was beloved by fans for his incredible home runs.
Sammy hits a high fly ball, deep right center. Back goes Merced to the wall and right, looking up, leaping. That ball is gone for a home run.
However, there was a moment in his career that had a significant impact on his legacy. Things took a turn when Sammy's trusty bat met its untimely demise in the heat of a game. Now, a broken bat itself isn't cause for alarm, but what lay hidden within was the source of the uproar, a hidden secret cork.
3-2. Bouncing ball up the middle. Runn's going to score. Anderson to throw first. They're looking for a few more pieces of the lumber.
No, they're looking to see what's in the bat, and they want to see if what's in the bat is really the bat, or if there's anything in there that shouldn't be in there, Chip.
Yes, you heard that right. Sammy infused his bat with cork, a modification that made the bat lighter and enabled him swifter swings, impeccable timing, and a boost in power. The MLB promptly launched an investigation, with Sammy's bats placed under the microscope. The league checked all 76 of Sammy's bats and found that none of them had any cork. So yeah, he got away with the remaining bats. But getting caught with one put the legitimacy of every other of his 600 home runs in doubt. He lost the fans' love, and to make things even worse, he was banned from ever making it into the MLB Hall of Fame. And speaking of the Hall of Fame, Barry Bonds is another baseball player who definitely won't be making it to the Hall of Fame. When it comes to rule breaking, this dude was in a league of his own. His antics weren't just frowned upon in 8 countries. They were so outrageous that even video games didn't want anything to do with them. Sure, Bonds was one hell of a player at some point in his career. Some will even say that's an understatement, to be fair. One of his most memorable performances came in the 2001 season when Bonds resumed for the new season, looking like the Hulk after hitting 34 home runs in the previous season. The results of those pumped up muscles? An amazing 73 home run season. Incredible, right? Not quite. At least, not for long. Bonds tried to give credit for his size to his legendary trainer, Greg Anderson, but things got really messy from there. Barry Bonds had been working with Anderson, who unfortunately got caught up in some legal trouble. The IRS swooped in, raided Greg's house, and found a list of clients with Barry Bonds' name on it with a prescription for something called cream. Bonds spun a yarn about how the cream was just some harmless nutrition for his achy hands. But let's just say that story didn't stick. Things escalated quickly, and the next thing you knew, the case went to court, and Bonds denied ever using the cream despite evidence suggesting otherwise. As it turned out, the cream in question was tetrahydrogestrinone, which was an undetectable steroid that became the topic of an even bigger scandal known as the Balco scandal. Things got so messy, and Bonds even faced the possibility of jail time, but his lawyer managed to get him off the hook. Luckily for him, he was also able to continue his playing career and was able to set a career record for the most home runs. But most fans and the baseball media never quite approved of him and his performance-enhancing drugs allegations. Upon his retirement, Barry Bonds was unable to get the required 75% votes to get inducted into the Hall of Fame until the 10 years of eligibility lapsed. Not only will he never be a Hall of Famer, but even video game manufacturers have banned this dude from being a character. Damn. Although, there's this mysterious character in video games named Reggie Stalker. Get this, he's not even real. And guess what? Somehow, he ends up wearing Bonds' jersey number. Talk about adding some extra mystery to the already intriguing Bonds saga, right? That's not as intriguing as the last scandal though. Something so intriguing, it could be made into a movie, or maybe a TV show. We'll call it the Super Bat. It all started during a game in July 1994 at Comiskey Park in Chicago between the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago White Sox. The then White Sox manager Gene Lamont got a tip during the first inning that Indian star batter Albert Bell was using a corked baseball bat, just like good old Sammy Sosa, but almost a decade before Sosa. The tip was reported to umpire Dave Phillips, who confiscated the bat and locked it up in the umpire's dressing room to examine it later. Spoiler alert, the tip was true, and Bell's bat was as corked as it comes, giving him some kind of superpowers to hit the ball harder than you could think. Unlike Sosa though, Bell wasn't working alone, and the entire Indians team knew they would get severely punished for using a corked bat. So, guess what they did? Determined to keep their secret a secret, they embarked on a rescue mission. And God knows they should have called on either Liam Neeson or Tom Cruise. Instead, they deployed relief pitcher Jason Grimsley. His mission? To retrieve and switch the bat in the umpire's room undetected. And how they decided to go about this even made it crazier. Grimsley went through the ceiling, crawling with a flashlight. Funny how he actually succeeded, but he didn't at the same time. Here's the thing, Grimsley did get the bat, however, he didn't put any gloves on, so he left tons of fingerprints for the MLB and a former FBI agent flown in for the case to catch a scent. They followed the scent, and the Indians' big plan all went to shit. They got caught, and Bell was suspended for 10 games. But at least they made it a fun episode. Which of these do you think is the most scandalous? Let us know in the comments section and enjoy our other videos.